And Storm Darragh arrives overnight tonight. The worst impacts will be tomorrow morning with wind gusts of up to 80 miles an hour. We're expecting widespread disruption. I think that it's just really bad timing again. A few weekends ago, we had a storm that was named and it arrived in the weekend when people were heading out for their weekend Christmas activities. And of course, in South Wales, where they had all the devastation, they're still recovering. They haven't had time to get themselves back to where they were with yet another storm around the whole of the UK. So I want to talk you through the future. I'm going to skip today for now. I'll come back to that in the forecast, but I want to show you what's happening and why. This is Storm Darragh, been named because it's set to cause widespread disruption this weekend. It arrives, as Katie said, tonight and into tomorrow. The worst impact likely to be on Saturday. We start off with fine conditions for today, but then the band of rain arrives this evening. Not great for the evening commute, and if you are planning on heading away for the weekend, a miserable night to come. But it's as we see the low pressure returning, a deep area of low pressure, that tomorrow morning we see the worst impact. So I want to give you a snapshot of 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Yes, this is early, but this is when we're going to have our peak gusts of wind. We're looking at 39 miles an hour across the northwest of Scotland, 55 miles an hour across Northern Ireland. Then we're looking at 50 miles an hour across the Liverpool Bay Area, 67 miles an hour across northwest Wales, 37 miles an hour in London, 46 across Plymouth, and even to the southwest of England, 50 or 60 mile an hour gusts of wind. So it's these western areas we're going to see huge waves, the chances of trees coming down, power outages, widespread travel disruption. So whatever you plans you have over this weekend, you need to check before you travel. But as Katie said, right now it's the calm before the storm. Having said that, last night was very wet and windy, and yes, reports of a mini tornado ripping off roof tiles and knocking down trees. So some disruption already this morning, but that's not from the storm, a separate incident. It starts off dry and bright. Skies are clear, a chilly start first thing with light winds and plenty of sunshine this morning. Very little going on as we head through the day today. But in the west, the first signs of the storm arriving as the cloud moves in, the winds strengthen, the rain arrives, temperatures arbitrary, but coming up from the southwest, it does turn milder. But as I mentioned, yellow warnings come into force at 3 o'clock this afternoon for both wind and rain, and the winds last until Sunday. The strong winds and heavy rain move right across the country, but there's this spiralling area of low pressure that's really going to have a sting in its tail by first thing tomorrow morning. So it's Saturday morning through these western areas where we have our amber wind warning that potentially could be upgraded as we head through the day. These warning areas right down this western coast of gusts of up to 80 miles an hour, along with the heavy rain and the recent flooding, is likely to cause widespread disruption.
Actually that bad, as it turned out.
What day are you going? Honestly, Saturday is going to be awful. I have cancelled all of my plans for this weekend. Honestly, you don't want to be getting people to travel to you. The trains are likely to be delayed. There's likely to be trees on roads. Bridges will be closed. If people are travelling by ferries or plane, there's going to be widespread disruption. So just getting to somewhere is going to be hard, and then going to an event in wind and rain is going to be miserable. I know Katie said that the market she's at is planning on staying open. I'm sorry, I wouldn't be going.
Thank you. Although you
like the snow at Easter, yeah.
All right, thank you very much indeed.
Yes, a chilly start this morning, and it's the calm before the storm. We have a named storm arriving, Storm Darragh, and it's named because it's set to cause widespread disruption, strong winds and heavy rain. Terrible timing for the weekend, whereas Andy said, most popular weekend to buy your Christmas trees, people heading out to Christmas events, they're likely to be disrupted or cancelled. Let me talk you through the warnings. Friday and Saturday, this is our rain warning. Small areas, not great news for Wales, still recovering from a storm in recent weeks, but it is the wind that is widespread. So a widespread wind warning, it's yellow, and it's Friday, Saturday and Sunday with wind gusts of widely 40 to 50 miles an hour, up to 60 or 70. But then we have our amber area through western areas of up to 80 miles an hour, and this area could potentially be extended or even have higher gusts. So that is the one to watch. That's where we're set to see the most widespread disruption. We start with fine conditions first thing this morning, clear skies, and that is why it's chilly. So plenty of sunshine greeting us, but already the storm arriving across the Republic of Ireland. This whole band of rain moving eastwards, and then the winds strengthen. So from 3 o'clock this afternoon, that's when our wind warnings are in force. We see the wind strengthening and then the heavy rain arriving. So for the evening rush hour, and then all night long heavy rain. And then it says this low pressure returns by the early hours of tomorrow morning. that is when we're set to see some of the strongest winds. So normally I'd take you into our 7-day outlook now, but I want to give you more detail of what's happening tomorrow morning when we have our strongest winds around about 7 o'clock in the morning. No weather warning in force for the north of Scotland for wind gusts, but still up to 40 miles an hour. Northern Ireland, North Wales, 60 to 70 mile an hour gusts around these coasts, 80 for some areas, 50 or 60 for the southwest of England, and even 40 miles an hour inland. That will bring down trees, rip off roof tiles, bring down scaffolding that will cause train cancellations, road cancellations, and ferries as well, and flights likely to be cancelled. So whatever mode of transport you're using, there's delays or cancellations, so do check before you travel. The strong winds and heavy rain moderate through the day. From 3 o'clock onwards, things start to improve.